Hello my YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. So as promised, today I'm going to do a quick review of my Audemars Piguet, so my AP watch collection. I know a lot of you guys are also interested in luxury watches other than like handbags, so I'll be happy to review with you like some of my small collection of AP. At the same time, because this year 2022 is AP's Royal Oak's 50-year anniversary, so that's why I also want to show you some of the little gifts that I got from the boutique. So why don't we get started? Okay, let me show you, like in this watch box here, I have two Royal Oaks. So one on the right, this is my first ever AP that I got from the boutique. And as you see, like this is a two-toned Royal Oak. So you see like it is in the white dial and with rose gold. I absolutely adore this, and to be honest, now I think I'm more and more into the white dial. I think it is very clean, and the fact that it comes with like the rose gold kind of like around the side of the bezel, I think that's really gorgeous. Yeah, I think especially for ladies out there, I know watches a lot of time, instead of like a timekeeper, it also kind of accessorizes your overall outfit. So if you wear a lot of rose gold jewelries, I think the two-tone Royal Oak will be a great piece to add to your collection. And for this one, in size, I believe that this is 34mm. So I personally find it the perfect size for me because I have a relatively smaller wrist. So for those of you who are more on the petite side, I would suggest looking for sizes that is below 37mm. So especially the ones in 34 or 33. I believe the smallest dial size they have today from the boutique are the 33mm. But if you're looking for pieces that is smaller than the 33mm, it's better to look for pieces from the vintage stores. All right, so this is my first AP Royal Oak. And I have to say, like, all three watches that I have in my collection right now are all Royal Oaks. And I absolutely love their design. And the one that I'm showing you, this is travel pouch. I think AP introduced earlier this year. Before, they usually have like this leather pouch. I think this is definitely look more luxurious because it's all leather. But to be honest, when you actually go travel, I personally prefer this travel pouch more because I think it's a lot of like hassle-free, and then you don't really need to worry about like damaging the leather. For this one, I feel like the leather box is more of a collector's piece that you just put it here at your home, and you don't want to kind of, damage it while you travel. Okay, so this one, I just did the unboxing in my channel, and fortunately I get a chance to visit the boutique and took some links off so I can finally wear this gorgeous piece. So this is Royal Oak in 37mm, and it comes with the diamond bezel. I really love this piece. To be honest, before, I didn't really thought about, like how much I will love the gray dial, because I feel like it is really low-key, and it's not like too much of a statement compared to, like, for example, the blue dial or the black dials. But after I received it, I was so amazed by, like the details of the dial. And as you see, like, I think for the 50-year anniversary piece, like the gray dial is a little bit lighter compared to the prior versions. So for this one, I think it is much lighter and make the dial look a little bit bigger too. And then as you see, like this is all stainless steel. Every time I look at this watch, I'm always amazed by the craftsmanship. Look how gorgeous is the bracelet. And this is also the reason why I fell for Royal Oak, especially with the bracelet. I know some of you would prefer like leather strap or like like straps that is like lightweighted. I agree, but at the same time, I feel like there's just something so unique about the bracelet that I definitely prefer the bracelet more. And let me take it off to show you the back. So as you see, like on the back, you can see like the 50-year anniversary rotor. So on the back, you can see like the 50-year anniversary rotor. and all this little details of like the diamond pieces on the back. I think this is such a collector's piece because they only produced it this watch like for 2022. So after 2022, they will discontinue and you will no longer find the 50-year rotor on the back of the, the open case. And then this one, I think it works perfectly with my wrist size. Again, like I think my wrist size is like 14 to 15 inch. And then it is definitely a bit on the larger side for me, but I think like this is probably the biggest style that I can go, because like the 37 for Royal Oak, it's approximately like a 39 or like even 40 for some of the other watches. So maybe I can next time I can do a comparison of, the AP Royal Oak to the Rolex Submariner on my, on my wrist, so that you can kind of see the size difference. But yeah, for those of you who are more on the petite side, I would definitely recommend the 34 instead of the 37, because 34 definitely like works better with some of like the smaller wrists. All right, moving on to the third piece that I added to my collection. So this is also a Royal Oak, but as you can see, it is much smaller compared to the previous two models. So this is in the size 33, and this is not automatic, so it is a Quas watch. So if you look at it from the side, you see it's much thinner compared to like a automatic Royal Oak. Yeah, you see like there's quite a difference between like the depth of the watch. So like the Quas, I think the great thing about the Quas watch is it is so lightweighted, and then when you wear it on your wrist, you don't really feel anything. But a lot of people also love Quas because it reminds me of them like the older days, or like the first few versions of the Royal Oak. I know like there's a craze about like the Jumbo, which is the ultra thin Royal Oak that it introduced. That's pretty much like the first like the OG of the Royal Oak. And then this have like very similar vibe compared to like the Jumbo because it's ultra thin. The thing is, like, if you move to the back, it doesn't really have an open case. So it is a closed case on the back, and then it just shows like the Royal Oak right here. So for me, like personally, I feel like this is more of an everyday watch. Like when you don't want to kind of catch all the attention, right? When you go to work or something, you definitely don't want to wear like a really sparkly like Royal Oak with all the diamonds. So I think in occasions like this, a 33mm Royal Oak, and also the fact that this is in the black dial, make it really, really casual and low-key. And I think for me personally, I really like the black dial with the stainless steel, because I think this is just like the perfect color combination. I would love to see that on my Birkin bag as well, right? The black or Noah Birkin with palladium hardware. So I think this really gives you a very cool girl vibe, but at the same time, because like the design or like the, like the bracelet itself, it also adds a little bit like, feminine, elements to the watch. So I feel like this watch is a great balance between sporty and feminine. So yeah, so those are the three watches that I currently have in my collection. I feel super fortunate to have owned all three of them in such a short period of time. I think if you watch my previous video, you know that I actually got my first ever AP watch in the beginning of the year. So I got this like in February, and now it's only like, halfway through the year, and I've already have 3 Royal Oaks in my collection. So I feel so fortunate to have like this in my collection. So when it comes to like pricing, right, obviously the one in Quas is the cheapest one because it's not automatic. So it is retail less than 20,000 US dollar. I know like it is still not a small amount of money, but when you compare it to the price point for the other AP watches, I think this is much more reasonable. And then for this 34mm white dial with the rose gold, because it has some precious metal, like so the rose gold here added in addition to, you know, like the stainless steel. So the price point for this one is also a little bit higher compared to, let's say, like the standard stainless steel royal oak. I remember I paid a little bit less than, you know, 30,000 US dollar after tax for this piece. And recently, you know, like there have been a price increase across all the luxury brands. So AP recently increased their pricing as of like September 1st. And I believe, you know, Patek and, you know, Rolex are planning to increase their pricing as well. And then, so for this baby, the 37mm, you know, royal oak in stainless steel with diamonds, because it came with almost 1 carat of diamonds. So you can imagine that this is much more expensive compared to the other two. So this one, I believe I paid a little bit over 35,000 US dollar after tax. So depending on like which state that you're in, like you may need to pay, you know, almost 10% of tax, which is my case. But I think the retail wise, it is a little bit over 30,000 US dollar retail. All right, so that's all for my today's review of my AP collection. Please comment down below and let me know which one out of the 3 is your favorite. Do you like the one, you know, two-toned with rose gold, or do you want something that is really simple and classic, like the one in the middle? Or you still love an automatic watch and you love all this like diamonds and also like the 50-year anniversary rotor on the back? So then obviously the one on the right will win. So please comment down below and let me know. I understand that AP is super hard to get these days, and I get a lot of questions asking me how or like whether I can share any tips of like getting these pieces directly from the boutique. While my advice is to build a good relationship with the sales associate and really, you know, show them that, hey, like you buy these watches not for resale. You really have like a love these watches. You really understand their history and you love their design. Instead of like buying from the gray market, I believe patience is the key. So just start the relationship, book appointment with any of the AP boutique that is nearest to your place, and then to get the conversation started. Okay, last but not least, let me show you some of the gifts that I received in celebration of the 50-year anniversary for AP. So this is a very special pen that I got from my sales associate. It is quite heavy. And then if you can see, right, all the details on the pen. So like it's very similar to the dial on the royal oak. And then in the box, it even have like this, you know, 50-year royal oak here. And the fact that I don't have like a blue dial royal oak, I think this pen actually complements my collection. Now I have a blue, I have a gray, a white, and also like the black dial. I think this is perfect. Okay, so next gift that I want to show you, I think this is a keychain, if I remember correctly. Yes, so this is also in celebration of the 50-year anniversary. Yes, it is. It is a keychain, and okay, perfect that this is also in the blue color. I think this is in the navy blue. I don't know whether there's a, yeah, there is a very slight difference between the two blues here. And then on the back, you also see like 50-year royal oak. I think these are definitely like just collector pieces that I'll keep with me forever, and I just can't wait to use the keychain. Although like now we don't really carry a lot of like keys with us, but yeah, as I said, I think this really completes my collection. Of course, I would love to get, you know, a royal oak in the blue dial, but I know it's super competitive and I don't expect to receive another allocation soon. So yeah, for now, I'm really happy with my collection. All right, so that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you liked today's video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more, you know, reviews of luxury watches, or if you want to see my entire collection of luxury watches, Please comment down below and let me know whether I should do an in-depth video reviewing all my watch collection, including Rolex, Picotin, and so on. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!